The USA Radio Network presents the greatest radio programs of all time.
Suspense.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent. Dragnet.
This is classic radio theater.
Gangbusters.
I was a communist for the FBI.
Lights out, everybody.
Now here's your host, Wyatt Cox.
Crime drama this hour, The Adventures of Philip Marlowe. From July 19th, 1950, Gerald Mohr starring as Marlowe in The Adventures called The Last Wish.
Get this and get it straight. Crime is a sucker's road, and those who travel it wind up in the gutter, the prison, or the grave. There's no other end, but they never learn.
Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum, the refreshing, delicious treat that gives you chewing enjoyment, presents for your listening enjoyment Raymond Chandler's most famous character in The Adventures of Philip Marlowe. Now, with Gerald Mohr starred as Philip Marlowe, the makers of Wrigley's Spearmint Chewing Gum are glad to bring you tonight's transcribed story, The Last Wish.
Flight 7 from Dallas, Texas, now arriving gate 4. Flight 7 from Dallas.
Here we are, sir. Just coffee. Still can't say you want a running mate, huh? Pie, cake, sandwich.
No, honey, just coffee, nothing else. Oh, wait a minute. Make it another coffee, will you?
Sure.
Oh, Lieutenant, Matthews, over here.
Oh, hi, Phil.
Hi. Sit down. I just ordered some coffee for you.
Oh, that's wonderful, Marlowe. Now that the niceties are over, where is he?
He's around, Matthews.
Where around, Marlowe? Look, why all the hocus pocus? When you called, you told me to get over the airport here in a hurry. You said you had him.
I do. Also, I've got a story.
Well, that can keep till we get to headquarters.
No, it can't keep, Lieutenant.
Flight 77 for
Listen.
New York, now loading at gate 9.
It can't keep any longer than that, Lieutenant.
I don't follow you, Marlowe. A guy the law wants in a cozy cell on a plane going to New York. Where's the connection?
That's the story, Lieutenant. We got 20 minutes before that plane takes off. Here, have your coffee.
Anything else, sir?
No. All right, Marlowe, let's have it. But make it snappy.
I can't make it snappy, Matthews. It's not that kind of a story. Not parts of it, anyway.
All right, Phil, do it your way.
Well, it began early this evening, Lieutenant, about 5:30, when I got a call from a doctor in my neighborhood. A nice elderly guy named Sam Talman who once took a bullet out of my shoulder.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, well, he wanted me to come over to his office right away, Matthews. He was excited. But not for himself. Excited for a patient, an old man who was dying. When I got to his place, the kind of old-fashioned doctor's office where the drab horsehair furniture sort of gets mixed up with the shiny new x-ray equipment, he met me at the front door.
He's inside with my nurse, Phil, and he's going fast. You've got to be quick. Now, what did I tell you on the phone?
Well, almost nothing, Doc, just that he's old.
Yes, 70, Phil. Maybe more. Anyhow, his name's Schiller, Jacob Schiller. He's a good friend of mine from San Francisco, and he was on his way to Israel, to Tel Aviv.
Oh.
It was his life ambition. Sit down, Phil.
Oh, thanks. He's not going to make it, Doc?
Not a chance. It's his heart. He had an attack this afternoon. I can't even move him out of here. He's through. A little too soon.
You want to go to the new country, is that it?
Yes. A pioneer's measured by his spirit, not his years, he said. Anyhow, Phil, he came down here to see his son before he caught a plane tonight for New York and the first leg of the trip to Israel. And that's where you come in. I don't know where Jack Schiller is. Jack's his boy's name.
Oh.
But the old man would like to see him once more. It's his last wish. He knows he hasn't much time left.
Uh-huh. Well, why me, Doc? Why not the police?
Well, I didn't think... I mean, Phil, Well,
oh,
you see...
the kid doesn't sit too well with the law, huh?
I'm afraid not. Excuse me.
Sure.
Dr. Talman, hello? Oh, yes, Mrs. Caller, yes. 1 every 3 hours, like it says on the bottle. Yes. Goodbye, Mrs. Caller. Where was I, Phil?
Jack Schiller and the law, the reason they don't get along.
Oh, well, you see, Phil, Jack came down here to L.A. about 3 months ago, and as his father's old friend, he looked me up. So we had him over for dinner a couple of times. But pretty soon he started coming less and less. And when he did, it was a different Jack Schiller. Smart, flashy clothes, a new way of talking. You know, big shot kind of talking.
Yeah, I know.
The police are dumb and there's easy money to be made, that kind of talking. And he never would say what his business was, if he had any. But believe me, Marlowe, whatever it wasn't too much on the up and up. And there was some kind of a girl mixed in.
There always is. What's Jack Schiller look like, Doc?
Look like?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Here, Phil. A picture we took of him when he first came to the house. A barbecue we were having. He's about 30 years old.
Kind of good looking, huh?
Maybe too good looking, Phil. Maybe that's the trouble. Anyhow, for Jacob's sake, Phil, for my old friend, do you think you can find him?
Well, that depends, Doc. What else do you know? Like last address, friend's name, favorite bar. That's the kind of information that counts.
I was afraid it would be like that. Phil, I never did know his address.
Oh, yeah, but Doc, there's got to be someplace I can start.
Oh. One thing, Phil.
What?
Twice or maybe 3 times I saw him going to a fancy apartment house on Wilshire Boulevard, the Sherry Towers.
Sherry Towers, huh?
I passed it late at night coming from the clinic. I didn't bother stopping to call him. Well, you know, Phil, if he wanted no part of me, I wanted no part of him. And I wouldn't care about him now either, but for Jacob. Jacob's been a good man, Phil. Always. Phil, you'll try?
Yeah. Sure, Doc, I'll try. Doc Talman smiled his thanks without moving his lips. Turned and shuffled toward a room behind him. When he opened the door, I caught a glimpse of a lot of cylinders and tubes and gadgets I didn't understand. And something I did understand a little. The almost peaceful face of an almost peaceful old man who was dying. I didn't try to see any more. There wasn't time to waste. I suddenly wanted to get started in a big hurry. The Sherry Towers on Wilshire was made out of plaster, glass, brick, and acute angles. And it was anybody's guess what held it all together. The only person in the plush lobby was a tall man with a red turkey neck who had a toothpick and a cigarette jammed in one corner of his mouth. I walked over to the receptionist.
Yes, that's right. Mr. Lederman's car at 9, Mr. Kelly's at 9:30, Washington Gas. That's it, Steve. Goodbye. Oh, yes, sir. Can I help you?
I hope so. I'm looking for Jack Schiller. I'm an old friend of his from out of town. I tried his place, and the neighbor said I might find him here.
The neighbor was right.
Mm-hmm.
But you're early. Miss Grant isn't through at the club until 10 at least.
Miss Grant?
Mm-hmm. Peggy Grant. She sings at the Crown Club. She's the one who lives here. Didn't the neighbor tell you that, too?
Yeah, but the way he said it, I thought he was kidding.
You are from out of town, aren't you?
Yeah, Pitchfork Corners. Well, good night, ma'am.
Good night. Look for you later, Mr. Pitchfork.
Oh, you big city slicker, you. Huh? Yeah?
Pardon me for butting in, but I couldn't help overhearing you. I can tell you something about your friend Jack Schiller.
All right, start telling.
Well, let's step outside. I'd rather only you heard it.
Oh, sure thing. So you know Jack, do you?
Yeah, buddy of mine. That's why I think I ought to tell you. It's a bad night.
For what?
For old friends to bother him, Rube. He's busy. Oh!
The roll of nickels it. Turkey neck must have had clenched in his palm. Folded me fast. By the time I climbed back onto a pair of wobbly knees, he was across the street into an alley and gone. But I cheered myself up at the thought that it was better this way. After all, with turkey neck coming out on top, I was only a friend of Schiller's from the sticks, so nobody had to worry about. And that thought helped, all right. Helped everything from the blood that trickled out of my mouth right down to the side. I hoped it would stop by the time I got to the Crown Club.
Good evening. A table for one, sir?
No, thanks. I think I'll watch from the bar.
Yes.
Oh, tell me, Captain, does Ross Holland still run this club?
Oh, yes, sir. You're a friend of Mr. Holland's?
An acquaintance.
Oh, well, in that case, sir, I must insist a table.
Oh.
Andre, table for one, vivement. This way, sir. The chanteuse will be on in a moment, and you cannot see us well from the bar.
Uh-huh, thanks. I did want to catch her number.
But this way, sir. Sir? There is something wrong?
Oh, no, I just changed my mind, Skipper. I think I'll go to the bar after all. It was Jack Schiller, no doubt about it. At a corner booth just beyond the bar and huddled close to a girl who was almost dressed in something strapless and spangled and who matched the display poster I'd just seen in the lobby labeled Peggy Grant. I ordered a drink at the bar and then walked it over to a celebrity picture gallery on the wall near them and listened as Schiller, all
now,
smiles,
darling,
raised
to
the
the
drink to
unhappy
toast.
end of Mr. George Mancini's squeeze play. And to your letters, back safe and sound in the lily white hands that wrote them. Hey, sweet, you're supposed to drink a toast, not stare it down. Baby, what is it?
But, Jack, I'm worried. I do want everything to go right. Why, if you don't go get those letters from Mancini, everything I worked so hard
I
for
couldn't
will be
catch it
lost.
all.
Everything.
But it was easy to fit together. Peggy Grant, who was now going up fast as a vocalist, had once been in love with and under the personal management of George Mancini. A preserved in alcohol combination agent producer was now going down even faster. And although she had never had a contract with Mancini beyond an oral agreement, her old love letters had included enough business for Mancini to drag them into court where they could stand up in lieu of a written contract and thus net Brother Mancini the customary 10% of Peggy's earnings. And to say so about future engagements that neither of them wanted.
I haven't spent all this time cultivating Mr. Mancini at his lair on top of Sweetser Drive for fun, you know. Believe me, doll, we're in. Honest.
All right, Jack, if you say so, darling, but will you know the letters
I
are...
know, love letters. Forget it, Angel. I won't even open them. They belong to a long time ago, and I'm not interested. Now, you go on out there and sing for your supper.
I knew that once Schiller left the club, he was going to be busy. So as they started to tear themselves away from each other, I figured it was the right time for me to step in. What I didn't figure on was Ross Holland, the king of the Crown Club, standing at my elbow.
Hello, Marlowe. Pretty picture, isn't it?
Yeah, if you like ingenues with bags under their eyes.
I wasn't talking about the one on the wall, Detective. I meant Peggy. You were staring, remember?
I do. Your move, Holland.
Now, take the chip off your shoulder, Phil. I don't mind if you stare. She gets paid for it.
But you pay her.
Sure. But also I pay the waiters, the doorman, and so on. That was all you were doing, wasn't it? I mean, staring, window shopping. I'd hate to think you were here on business.
Oh, sensitive, aren't you?
You know, Marlowe, I've piled up a lot of enemies raking in the blue chips.
That figures. What are you getting at, Holland?
A job. I think you might fit.
Oh?
Let's try the office, if you can spare the time. Can you? Phil?
Sure. I've got nothing but time. Ross. Let's go. As I trailed Holland out of the bar as far as an unmarked heavy oak door, I caught a glimpse of Jack Schiller picking up his hat and coat at the entrance. Operation Mancini was underway.
I never get these keys straight, Marlowe. Round key on top, square one on the bottom. You'd think I'd remember that, huh?
Yeah, the switch to a revolving door.
Oh, well, I like my privacy. So do my boys. There. Go on in, make yourself comfortable. I'll get a couple of drinks going.
As I moved into the vault Holland called home, one thought alone stood out in my mind. Every second that mine host wasted was a second that old Jacob Schiller couldn't afford to lose. But finally, when I was just about ready to skip playing it close and take off, Holland came to the point. His proposition that I go to work for his enemies, play spy, and get paid for both parties. That I needed like a weekend in a leaky submarine.
Well, that's it, Marlowe. Yes or no?
Yes and no, Ross. I'd like to sleep on it. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Good night, Phil. Get to bed early, huh?
It was all the cue I needed. I bum-joked my way out of his office, hurried through the club to the street, then ran for my car and pointed it for the top of Sweetser Drive in the Hollywood Hills. And the Schiller-George Mancini rendezvous I couldn't afford to miss. The place, which turned out to be bilious green walls under a shocking pink roof, stood out in that conservative neighborhood like a Black Panther in a snowbank. There was a car parked nearby, and the name on the owner's certificate wrapped around the steering wheel was Jack Schiller, which was no surprise. So when I knocked, I used the barrel of my .38. That was smart of me, but it would have been smarter if I'd pointed it the other way, behind me.
Don't move an inch, mister.
Oh, fine.
And drop your gun right where you stand. Go on. Now turn around and answer up real fast. What do you want with George Mancini?
Nothing. It's you, Hey, that blood all over you. What happened in there, Schiller? You didn't kill him for those lousy letters in that envelope under your arm, did you?
No, not quite, mister. He isn't dead. But what do you know about me? How come you know my name? Cops. Never mind. Just back off, mister. Fast. Open that door. Go on. Mancini's screaming must have disturbed the neighbors.
Listen, Schiller, I'm working for Doc Tom, and
Stay shut or you'll wish you had. Now go on. Get in there with him, or I'll kill you.
July 19th, 1950, The Adventures of Philip Marlowe on Classic Radio Theater.
Nothing is more important than protecting your family and property. That's why you should make a free call right now to Vivint, the #1 smart home services provider in the U.S. Vivint will make your home safer and more secure with a state-of-the-art system that's so simple to use. Vivint smart home specialists provide award-winning monitoring of your system 24/7, 365 to respond to any emergency, even when you can't. And with the 4.5-star rated Vivint smart home mobile app, control your entire house from anywhere. Locks, cameras, security system, all at your fingertips on your mobile device. Call Vivint now and get a free quote, professional installation, and full smart home service for as little as $2 per day. Equipment purchase or service agreement required. Conditions apply. Call now. A smart home is a safer home. So protect your family and your property, home or business, with a Vivint smart home system.
Call 800-619-7902. That's 800-619-7902. Call now, 800-619-7902.
I used to wonder when I saw people going into nice hotels, really nice hotels, taking a pillow with them. That was before I got a My Pillow, because I know it doesn't matter where I'm going, whether I'm going to a 1-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, My Pillow goes with me, whether it's just overnight or whether it's on vacation. And here's the great deal about My Pillow right now. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. 2 My Pillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And it's still the same pillow. Great pillow, 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. And call them. 1-800-951-8175, or go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, click on the 2-pack special, and get the best deal you've ever gotten on a good night's sleep when you get a My Pillow.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
Well, I'm searching for the perfect balance. There's hundreds of thousands of chemicals just in an apple alone, and hundreds of thousands in an orange, and all of them. If I can just remove the water without damaging all of the other chemistry, then I can pack it more dense. I never imagined that I would be able to get it down to 3 fruit capsules and 3 vegetable capsules and have the same nutrient value as eating over 10 servings of fruits and vegetables every day.
Experience the difference for yourself. Receive 25% off your first preferred purchase of Balance of Nature. Plus, get a set of convenient travel bottles containing a free additional week's supply of Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. You will still receive free shipping on every order. This is a limited offer and may end at any time. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
You're listening to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. July 19th, 1950, The Adventures of Philip Marlowe, starring Gerald Mohr.
Now with our star, Gerald Mohr, the second act of Philip Marlowe and tonight's exciting story, The Last Wish.
It only took one look at the unconscious pulp on the floor inside to tell me that George Mancini had tried hard to hang on to the letters. Almost too hard. I rolled him over. He was as limp as a slice of raw bacon, but still alive. I just got his shirt collar loosened up when the door behind me opened again.
Easy, partner. Marlowe.
Hello, Matthews. A little early for a lieutenant from homicide. How come they sent you?
They didn't. Becker and I were driving by when the call came out over the radio.
Oh.
One of the neighbors out here heard something and phoned in. Who is he, Marlowe?
A guy named George Mancini.
Uh-huh. Becker, see what you can do for him.
Okay, Lieutenant. Oh, looks like he soaked up a lot of punishment.
He did, but not from me, Matthews.
Oh, no? What were you, Marlowe, referee? Who did it?
It was over when I got here. And the guy who did it didn't give me much time to talk. He had a gun.
All of which still doesn't answer my question.
I don't know his name. His occupation is loving a blonde.
Is that why you're here, the blonde?
Yeah, more or less. She was afraid of Mancini. He had some letters.
Letters, huh? Which are long gone now, no doubt.
No doubt.
What's the blonde's name?
Hey, Lieutenant?
I
think we better have an ambulance. This guy a long ways out.
Okay, take care of it, Becker.
Yeah, okay.
Well, Marlowe.
Now, look, Matthews, nothing's actually happened so far but this beating, and it's probably well-deserved. But the situation's touchy. Girl's worried silly if a name gets mixed up in a thing like this.
All right. Now, listen to me. I want the guy who dished up this mess. Either that or the whole story down at headquarters. Now, which?
Okay, you'll have him, but just give me a little time alone, and I'll deliver him on a platter.
Oh, not
I
again.
promise. Oh, come on. It means a lot to me, Matthews.
Well, okay, Marlowe. Just see this doesn't blow up in your kisser, and don't get lost, understand?
Outside, after I found my gun, I climbed into my car and headed for Peggy Grant's lush apartment house again. When I got there, I parked away from the place and skirted the front entrance. I was sure that by now the pretty face at the switchboard would be well primed for a tip-off. I went along the side of the building toward the service entrance at the back. The glow of a match from the shadows in an alcove stopped me. It was the turkey neck, Jack Schiller's quick-fisted helpmate, lighting a cigarette. I eased my .38 out and moved toward him. When he finally heard me, he turned.
Hey.
But by then he was looking right down the muzzle of my gun.
Easy now, easy, chum.
Still, Soul, it's a bad night for seeing old friends, chum.
You got me nailed down, brother. You don't have to take my word for nothing. But listen, whatever your angle is, let it rest. Leave the kid alone for a while. Otherwise, you're due for nothing but trouble in large doses.
You're kidding.
Yeah, you bet I'm always kidding.
You got more nerve than brains, Buster. You can't pull that twice.
Go fry your ears.
You're making a cloud on the skull almost fun. Hey, wait a minute. All that stuff spilled on the walk there, it fell out of your pocket, didn't it? Didn't it?
So what?
So you don't have to say another word, watchdog. I'm beginning to get the whole thing all by myself. Sure. And what's more, you yellow jerk, I don't like it! The two small items I just seen on the walk made swinging the flat side of my gun butt against his head a distinct pleasure. They also made getting in the service door and up the stairs two at a time to Peggy Grant's apartment a definite gratification. Because now I had a Jim Dandy hunch on exactly what to expect. Come on, Princess, open up.
Who are you? A cop?
Expecting cops, Miss Grant?
Not exactly. The milkman doesn't carry a gun, and my friends all use the front door.
I'm the informal type. Where's Jack Schiller?
Right behind you, mister.
Again.
This time, lay your gun on the table. Go on.
Sure. You're slightly better than the guy downstairs. I got by him with no trouble at all.
What's that? What guy?
Why, you mean Peggy didn't tell you about the watchdog?
What is this?
Go ahead, Princess. Tell him about the turkey neck character with orders to keep everybody away while Jack makes a fool of himself.
Darling, get this idiot out of here. This is a trick.
Why not also tell him who your real boyfriend is, baby?
Why, you lousy...
Nice peaceful discussion. July 19th, 1950, The Adventures of Philip Marlowe. I'm Wyatt Cox, and this is Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. You know, for a while I worked in a hotel, and I really used to go, why do people bring their own pillows with them? Well, once I got a My Pillow, I understood. Because doesn't matter how good the hotel is, doesn't matter whether it's a 2-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, it doesn't matter how nice the hotel is if you don't get a good night's sleep. And the key to getting a good night's sleep is a My Pillow. Now, the best deal ever offered on My Pillow right now. You go to mypillow.com, enter our promo code USA, click the 2-pack special, and folks, you're going to get 2 My Pillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's $34.99 per pillow, the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. Now, it's the same My Pillow we've been talking about for months. It stays cool all night long. You don't wake up and flip the pillow over in the middle of the night. It keeps its shape. You don't have to fluff it up in the middle of the night. 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty, and that's the deal. Try it for 60 days. You don't like it, send it back. 10-year warranty. Tell me another pillow you've got that's got a 10-year warranty. No. And the great thing is it's always as clean and fresh as new. If you get in a mess or after, a couple of weeks, throw it in the washing machine, toss it in the dryer, fluff it up, and you got a brand new MyPillow. The lowest price ever offered on MyPillow. 2 MyPillow premium pillows, $69.98, $34.99 a pillow. You see if you can find a price like that anywhere else. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 2-pack special, enter my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175. The best deal ever. And by the way, that promo code USA works on anything on the MyPillow website, MyPillow.com. Thanks for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of the adventures of Philip Marlowe, July 19th, 1950.
You should have learned a little from what happened to that skunk Mancini. Now go on back to him and tell him if he tries anything else like this, I'll go over him again. Right from the beginning.
My. Aren't we spunky tonight? Now look, Schiller, I want you to listen, and I haven't got all night. There's a guy downstairs who was sent out to see that nobody interfered while you played perfect pigeon. It was you who risked getting plugged when you went in after those letters. I want you were sucker enough not to read. Now it's you who's in a big jam with the police. And what's more, I found out that guy is one of Ross Harlan's boys.
You liar, get out of here. Oh, Jack, make him go away, please.
Wait a minute. What's Ross Harlan got to do with this?
Nothing.
Hal. 10-1 those letters were written by Harlan, not Dreamboat here. And that they set him up for a squeeze and have nothing whatever to do with her dubious career as a singer. You got any sense, Schiller? Read one.
Jack, you gave me your word. Oh, don't be a child, darling. Can't you see what he's trying to do to us?
Just take one look at one signature, Jackson. If I'm wrong, you can split my other lip.
No, Jack, don't.
Get the letters, Peggy. At least I'm going to know who wrote them.
All right. If that's the way you want it, Jack, that's the way it'll be.
Jack, my gun.
No, either one of you. Drop it, Jack. I mean it.
Peggy, what are you doing?
Drop that gun. Well, mister, you sure wrecked a lovely setup. Why, I don't know. But it won't do you any good. I'm leaving, and I'm taking these letters with me.
And it's true what he said.
Of course it's true, all of it. These letters were written by Ross Harlan back when Mancini was his partner, and they're loaded. With them, Mancini could cut himself in for half of every cent Ross had. And Ross couldn't trust anyone but me to get them back for him. Stay where you are. Don't feel too bad, Jackie boy. You have to live to learn. Maybe you won't be a dope all your life.
Peggy,
let her go.
Oh, shut up. You were right, so you made your point. Now, whatever your reason was, get it out of here and leave me alone.
Oh, no. I haven't been monkeying in your corny affairs just for laughs, Sonny. I was hired to find you by Doc Tallman.
Doc Tallman? Oh, that nosy old goat. Why?
Your father's in town. He's had a heart attack, a bad one.
My father?
Yeah. He wants to see you. I told Doc Tallman I'd bring you back, and that's what I'm going to do regardless. Now get going.
Oh, Phil, come in.
I finally got Jack, Doc. Here he is.
Hello, Doctor. Where's my father?
Back in the bedroom.
I'll go right in and see him.
Jack.
What? What is it? What's the matter?
Jack, your father's dead. He passed away 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, Doc.
Dead? Oh, Pop. Here, my boy. Sit down.
20 minutes. Just about the time it took to beat a chiseler out of a bunch of letters and argue with a cheap two-timing blonde.
Try to get hold of yourself, my boy. We knew you'd have come if you could have. Your father's last thoughts were of you, son. He was very proud of you.
Don't, Doc, please.
I'll run along, Doc. I got a phone call to make.
Oh, wait a minute, Marlowe.
Huh?
You can't leave thinking like you do. Not now with Pop dead. I don't know what happened to me these last few weeks. I can't understand how I got in so deep. She had me, I guess. I'd have done anything she asked.
You're not the first guy that's happened to. I doubt that you'll be the last.
Yeah, but I've got to square myself now. I've got to. And I want to start with the police.
You really mean that?
I never met anything more in my life. I'm not really a wise guy, honest.
So what's this about the police?
I'm in a jam, Dr. Tallman, a pretty bad one. Because
you got too much nerve and too much energy. All you need is the right place to spend them. That gives me an idea. Is Jack your real name?
No, it's really Jakob, like my old man's.
Oh. Doc, where's that plane reservation for Jacob Schiller?
Here. I have it right here.
Wait a minute. You mean...
Yeah, you're catching that plane. With luck, you may make it all the way.
Oh, but you're letting me go, Marlowe. You'll be in a jam yourself.
Well, I think I know a pair of strong shoulders I can dump the responsibility onto. Let's go, kid.
17 to New York, now loading at Gate 5. Flight 17.
Well, that's the story to hear, Matthews.
Now loading at Gate 5.
Just whose shoulders did you have in mind in that responsibility business?
You're wearing him, you lug.
Yeah.
Oh, give me that napkin, will you?
Yeah, here. Hey, just tell me something else to make it all nice and tight. That turkey neck character, how did you know he worked for Ross Harlan?
Oh, well, when I slugged him in back of Peggy Grant's apartment house, a lot of junk fell out of his pocket, including a pair of keys on a chain. One had a round head, the other one was square.
Oh, duplicates of that set that opened Harlan's double-locked office, huh?
Uh-huh. Tight enough, Lieutenant?
Yeah, tight enough.
Last call for Flight 17 to New York, now loading at Gate 5.
They just called a New York flight, Phil.
Yeah. Last call.
Yeah. You know, I hear they're doing great things over there in Israel.
Yeah.
Building farms right out of the desert land, that kind of stuff.
That's right. They can use all the help they can get, I understand.
I was raised on a farm, did you know? Keeps you so busy you don't have time to get in trouble. Hey, Marlowe. Sit down. I'll buy you another cup of coffee.
Thanks, Lieutenant. Thanks a lot. We watched the plane take off, swing in heavy, thundering grace, and head east. I guess we were both thinking the same thing. Two Jacob Schillers were on their way to the fulfillment of a promise. The old and the new promised land.
The Adventures of Philip Marlowe, presented by Wrigley's Spearmint Gum, bring you Raymond Chandler's most famous character and star, Gerald Mohr. Philip Marlowe is produced and directed by Norman MacDonald and written for radio by Robert Mitchell and Gene Levitt. Featured in the transcribed cast were Jack Edwards, June Foray, Larry Dobkin, Harold Deerenforth, Jack Crucian, Lynn Allen, and Stan Waxman. The special music is composed and conducted by Richard Arant.
July 19th, 1950, The Adventures of Philip Marlowe on Classic Radio Theater.
Nothing is more important than protecting your family and property. That's why you should make a free call right now to Vivint, the #1 smart home services provider in the U.S. Vivint will make your home safer and more secure with a state-of-the-art system that's so simple to use. Vivint smart home specialists provide award-winning monitoring of your system 24/7, 365 to respond to any emergency, even when you can't. And with the 4.5-star rated Vivint smart home mobile app, control your entire house from anywhere. Locks, cameras, security system, all at your fingertips on your mobile device. Call Vivint now and get a free quote, professional installation, and full smart home service for as little as $2 per day. Equipment purchase or service agreement required. Conditions apply. Call now. A smart home is a safer home. So protect your family and your property, home or business, with a Vivint smart home system.
Call 800-619-7902. That's 800-619-7902. Call now, 800-619-7902.
Tired of overpaying for the little blue pill? What if you could get the exact same results for just a fraction of the price, guaranteed? Well, now you can with Sildenafil, the active ingredient in the blue pill. With 20 milligram generic Sildenafil tablets, you get the exact same results for less than $2 per pill. And again, the results are guaranteed. That's right, absolutely guaranteed results for a fraction of the cost of the little blue pill. So give your wallet a break and call us toll-free at 800-365-6017 to get your generic Sildenafil delivered discreetly to your door. And of course, while saving hundreds of dollars, you'll also be saving time by saying goodbye to those long, embarrassing pharmacy lines once and for all. Again, just call 800-365-6017 and get your generic sildenafil with a 100% money-back guarantee. Getting your pills doesn't get any easier or cheaper than this, so call 800-365-6017 now.
Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low-cost airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help.
800-961-3408. 800-961-3408. 800-961-3408. That's 800-961-3408.
Classic radio theater on your favorite station. Part 4 of a 5-part yours truly Johnny Dollar story, The Star of Capetown Matter. This originally broadcast July 19th, 1956.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
This is the purser, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, I was just about to call you.
Oh?
Better send a steward to my stateroom to put it back together.
What happened?
Somebody just tore it apart.
But why?
Oh, looking for something, I guess.
The diamond? But why would they think you'd have it?
Well, somebody's got me pegged wrong. Well, what's on your mind?
A cablegram was sent to Cape Town about an hour ago, addressed to Julio Biak.
Julio?
Yes, isn't he the man who's being held on suspicion of murdering Andrew Forbes?
Yeah, but the news hasn't been released, and obviously whoever sent the cablegram isn't aware of it. What did it say?
Contact me, usual place, Dakar.
Who signed it?
Well, the name was Corner. I checked the passenger list, but there's no such name. A steward delivered the message to the radio room. I've sent for him. He should be able to tell us who sent it.
Nice work, Purser. Could be you just helped me wind up this case.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location at sea, en route Cape Town to Dakar. To the Home Office, Tri-Eastern Indemnity Associates. Assignment, The Star of Capetown Matter. Expense account continue. Item 10, $10. A token of appreciation to the purser for furnishing me the one good lead I've had in this deal. A cablegram to Julio Biak, who is being held in Cape Town right now as Andrew Forbes' probable killer. But Forbes' diamond, the Star of Capetown, $150,000 worth, was still missing. The cablegram indicated that Julio hadn't been working alone on the deal. Whoever sent it was aboard ship and either had the diamond or was looking for it. Before long, I'd know who that someone was. I started for the purser's office.
Mr. Dollar.
Huh? Oh, Helen.
I'd like to talk to you.
Hell no, that's a switch.
What do you mean?
Ever since I got aboard this ship, I've been trying to talk to you, but you weren't having any.
I don't know what this is all about, but you've gone too far, Mr. Dollar.
Come again?
Don't try to pretend. When I found my room all torn up just now, I realized...
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Your room's been torn up, too?
What do you mean by two?
Mine got the same treatment a while ago.
I don't understand. I thought it was you who...
Look, Helen, I think you and I had better have a little talk right now. I steered her to the bar. Expense account item 11, $5, drinks. I still couldn't figure out which team she was playing on, but I had to find out, and this was the best way I could think of.
May I have a cigarette, please?
Oh, sure. Here.
Thanks. I've been so confused, Mr. Dollar.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Confused about what, Helen?
Everything. It's all happened so fast. And then when I realized that somebody was watching me and following me...
Look, I think you'd better start from the top.
I suppose so. Maybe it'll make sense to you. I hadn't really known Andy Forbes very long.
Longer than I had.
That party he gave, it was so strange. All those people I didn't know. I mean, well, I guess it took me a little while to realize he was interested in quite a few people.
Sheila?
I feel sorry for Sheila. I guess she's pretty bitter about everything. But I didn't do anything to encourage Andy, and I didn't realize he was serious about me until the night of the party. And then he told me he was. And he gave me
a bottle of very expensive perfume, forever.
Oh, his usual gift?
I'm afraid so.
I don't care. He wanted me to have it, and it's lovely perfume. I liked Andy. He was completely irresponsible, but in his own strange way, he was nice.
So?
When they told me the next morning that he'd been killed during the night, I couldn't believe it. And then when the diamond was missing...
Yeah?
His attitude about the diamond was very strange.
How do you mean?
He seemed to regard it as an inexpensive trinket. He was so careless with it.
Oh, you're telling me. That's why I was sent down to Cape Town, to try and talk him into being more sensible with it. But, Helen, you said something about being watched or followed.
Yes. When I left Andy's house that night, I felt that somebody was watching me.
Oh?
And later I knew somebody had been in my hotel room, and now my stateroom torn apart. What does it all mean?
That's a good question. One more thing.
Yes?
You decided to make this trip rather suddenly, didn't you?
I wanted to get away from Cape Town. Miss Forbes was kind enough to offer me a job as her traveling companion for the trip, so I took it.
Do you like working for her?
Yes. She's really a very nice person, perhaps a little on the dignified side.
Yeah. I'm pretty concerned over the Forbes name.
Wouldn't you be, after all that's happened?
Maybe.
Oh, Johnny, I've got to be getting back and see if she needs anything, but thanks.
For what?
Talking to you has made me feel a lot better somehow.
Good. It's been a big help to me, too.
How so?
Oh, makes things easier for tonight. They're having a dance. And I've been figuring how to go about asking you.
No, dear, there isn't a thing I need at the moment.
Then if you don't mind, I'll go to my stateroom and change.
Of course, Helen.
See you tonight, Johnny.
Right.
Well, you two seem to be getting along pretty well now.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm glad. I'm sure you realize by now that Helen couldn't possibly be involved in the murder or the diamond theft.
I hope not.
You are a very suspicious man, Mr. Dollar.
It's part of my job, Miss Forbes. I still don't have any idea who's got your brother's diamond, and if I don't find out before we get to Dakar tomorrow, the chances are I never will.
I don't see how you can be so sure the Star of Capetown is aboard this ship.
I wasn't sure until today. That cablegram convinced me.
Cablegram?
Yeah, it was addressed to Julio Biak in Cape Town.
Biak? Isn't he the one who's under arrest back there?
That's right. He was posing as a bartender at your brother's party. We think he's the killer. But apparently whoever sent him the cablegram was working with him and doesn't know he's been arrested.
Well, I hope you can clear it up, Mr. Dollar, so that all this publicity will die down. It's been terribly trying.
Yes, I imagine it has.
I know Helen's felt the strain, too. She's been so nervous lately. Oh, if...
If what?
No, I was just thinking. If only Andrew had met someone like Helen sooner, perhaps none of this would have happened.
Maybe not.
Had I known she was coming to the party, I don't suppose I'd have tried to talk Andrew out of giving it. She's been the one bright ray in all of this. Oh, if only... But regrets are so futile.
She looked old and tired and lonely. Sure, maybe she was too worried about the dignity of the Forbes name, but I could see now it was about the only thing she'd had all these years. And with a brother who'd kept tossing the name around like a cheap toy, I quit looking at the picture. It wasn't very pretty. Anyway, I had another picture in my mind. Helen. I couldn't quite figure her. Everything she told me could be the truth. Or it could be just one big lie. And there was something else bothering me about the whole deal, something I couldn't quite put my finger on, a piece that didn't fit, a discord in the tune. But Helen kept pushing everything else out of my mind. And the feeling didn't change any that night. We danced, and then we went out on the deck. But all the while, one of my stock Confucianisms kept gnawing away at me. He who gets too interested in suspects is building up to king-size letdown.
It's beautiful out here.
Uh-huh.
The moon and the sea and the ship sliding along. It almost doesn't seem real.
I know.
I almost wish it could go on this way forever. No people, no places.
There's just one thing wrong, though.
What?
That routine doesn't work for very long.
I know. Johnny.
Hmm?
Is there something wrong?
What?
You seem so far away, so preoccupied.
Oh, just thinking about a lot of things, I guess.
It's not being very informative.
I'm sorry, I guess I'm not feeling informative.
That's okay. Sometimes talking isn't very important. You know, Johnny, the last few days have been a sort of nightmare for me. But tonight everything seems so nice. Why would that be, Johnny?
Maybe I could make a kiss.
Maybe you could. Oh, Johnny.
Sorry,
I'm not.
Well, say now, if you two don't look just like a picture postcard.
Hello, Mr. Stacy.
Yes, sir, I tell you, if they could put a picture of what I saw a second ago in all their travel folders, they'd double their business.
How nice for them. You want us to run through it again for the proper camera angle?
Johnny.
Oh, come on now, partner. Can't you take a little joshing?
Oh, I'll try, partner.
The reason I've been looking for you two, we get into Dakar in the morning.
Yes, I know.
And you can have a barrel of fun in that town.
So you've told us.
What do you say we set up a little party? I can show you some places you won't believe.
It sounds like fun.
How about it, $1?
Yeah. You can count me in, Stacy.
Good. I'll see you in the morning then, bright and early.
He means well, Johnny.
Maybe.
You don't sound very convinced.
I don't know. Half of my job has always been sizing up people. Suddenly, I seem to have lost my touch.
Meaning me?
I didn't say that.
If it's any help in sizing me up, what happened a moment ago? I meant that, Johnny.
Mr. Dollar.
What? Oh, excuse me a minute.
Sure.
Be right back. Yeah, what is it, Percy?
That steward I was telling you about, Mr. Dollar?
The one who delivered the message for Cape Town to the radio room? Where is he?
That's just it. I don't know.
You what?
I can't understand it. I've looked everywhere. I'm worried.
That's not good. I was counting on him to tell me who sent that message to Julio Biak. Whoever did is probably working with Biak and could have the diamond.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar. I'll keep looking and let you know the minute I find him.
I turned back toward Helen, but she was nowhere in sight. I started along the deck to see if she...
Johnny!
What happened? What's the matter?
I was walking along the deck. As I passed a lifeboat, somebody stepped out from behind it and grabbed at me.
What was it?
I couldn't see.
Well, come on, let's take a look.
He ran away when I screamed.
Oh, I see. So there I was again. Was she lying or telling the truth? I took her to her stateroom and told her to lock herself in for the night. Then I went back to deck and tried for the umpteenth time to put the pieces together. But I didn't have long. Suddenly everything was noise and confusion. Almost by the time I got to the stern, the ship was circling, lowering a boat. 20 minutes later, they hoisted a body aboard. He was wearing a steward's uniform, and one look at the purser told me which steward it was. Yeah, my one good lead, gone.
Part 4 of the 5-part Yours Truly Johnny Dollar episode from July 19th, 1956. Thank you for tuning in to Classic Radio Theater. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can stream our podcasts on demand or find them anywhere fine podcasts are served by searching for USA Classic Radio Theater. I'm Wyatt Cox. Thank you for listening. Please thank this station, support the advertisers, and most of all, tell a friend the great radio shows are back. Classic Radio Theater, right here on your favorite station and the USA Radio Network.